With regard to inform that Delta Airlines Flight 800 to Atlanta, our boarding time will be slightly delayed. Boarding time is at 5:45. We're still need a time for the separation for the in-flight service. Please wait on the gate number 26. You're very up for all assistance. This is my name was you. Thank you for patience. ご案内申し上げます。デルタ航空800便アトランタ行きは機内準備のため今しばらく機内準備のため皆様のご搭乗時刻を17時45分を予定いたしてございます。お急ぎのところ大変申し訳ございませんが、今しばらく26分搭乗中でお待ちくださいませ。
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Northwest Airlines, which is the new Delta airline in our SkyTeam Alliance, would like to be the first to welcome you on board Northwest Airlines flight number 800, non-stop service into Atlanta, Georgia. While you're getting yourself settled into the cabin, we do ask that you please review the safety instruction card located in your seat pocket in front of you. If you are assigned an exit row and do not meet selection criteria noted on the card, or if you're unwilling, unable, or concerned about performing any of the listed functions, please contact the flight attendant for reseating. The FAA requires that all carry-on luggage be able to fit firmly underneath the seat in front of you or in the overhead compartments directly above you, keeping all aisles clear for takeoff and landing. If you're finding that you're having a problem with this, please check with the flight attendant. We'll be happy to check your bags here at the door. We are going to be full today, so we do need to use every available space possible so we can accommodate everyone's luggage. Those passengers sitting in that will be putting their bags on the side that is right above the windows, we do ask that you put your bags in with the wheels out or the handles out and then turn them up sideways. This is so we can accommodate more luggage. For safety reasons, all electrical devices must be turned off and stowed until further notified by your crew members. Electronic devices such as cellular phones, TVs, radios, two-way transmitters, or any other device that interfere with the aircraft navigation communication system must not be used on board the aircraft at any time, although cellular phones may be used while the aircraft door is closed.
Begin with the...
Want to reconfirm, this is Northwest Airlines flight number 800, non-stop service into Atlanta, Georgia. We do want to advise also if you have a laptop, CD player, any type of portable electronic device, these cannot be stowed in your seat pocket in front of you for safety reasons. Also, if you're sitting in our Business Elite section, this is equipped with our video on demand system. This system will be available to you once we do reach cruise altitude. We do ask that you refrain from trying to use it at this time.
Again, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I'm looking for one of our customers, Michael Rossi. Michael Rossi, if you're on board, let a flight attendant know, ring your call button. We found your books, I think. Michael Rossi.
皆様、本日はスカイチームアライアンスメンバー、そしてデルタ航空の一員となりましたノースウエスト航空にご搭乗いただきまして誠にありがとうございます。ご搭乗機はデルタ航空800便アトランタ行きでございます。定刻出発のため皆様のご理解ご協力をお願いいたします。お荷物を上の棚におしまいになりましたら一旦通路を開けて他のお客様をお通しください。上の棚をお受けになる際には中のお荷物が滑り落ちてくる場合もございますので十分ご注意ください。なお、スーツケースなどの大きなお荷物は上の棚に、また小さなお手回り品などは前のお座席の下におしまいください。携帯電話やその他の電子機器は搭乗口が閉まりますまでご使用いただけますが、搭乗口が閉まりました際には電源を切りの上おしまいください。 安全上の理由により、ラップトップコンピューターはシートポケットの中に入れないようご注意ください。飛行中に使用可能な電子機器に関しましては、シートポケットの中に入っております機内紙、スカイをご参照ください。なお、米国連邦航空局の規定により、飛行中の携帯電話のご使用は禁止されております。ご了承ください。本日のご搭乗誠にありがとうございます。
Ladies and gentlemen, we are on our final security check for this flight. When reconfirmed, this is Northwest Airlines flight number 800, non-stop service into Atlanta. As a reminder, all portable electronic devices should be turned off and stowed, and if you do have on a cell phone, we do ask that you please start to wind down your conversation at this time.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It's your captain. Welcome aboard. We'll be underway for Atlanta, Georgia in just a few minutes. About now, 11 hours and a half or thereabouts from takeoff to touchdown. Welcome aboard.
皆様、当機は間もなく出発予定でございます。お座席にお付きになりまして、シートベルトを締めおきください。本日の飛行停時間は、成田を離陸後アトランタ到着まで11時間26分でございます。詳しい飛行程に関しましては、追ってご案内申し上げます。本日のご搭乗誠にありがとうございます。機長に代わりまして厚く御礼申し上げます。
Ladies and gentlemen, the aircraft door has been closed. We do need all portable electronic devices and cellular phones turned off and stowed into you well inside the terminal in Atlanta. Flight attendants, doors for departure, cross-check, prepare for all call.
皆様、大変長らくお待たせいたしました。アトランタ行きデルタ航空800便は出発の準備が整いました。携帯電話を含むすべての電気製品は電源を切りの上おしまいください。どちら様もお座席にお座りになり、シートベルトを締めください。座席の背もたれや肘掛け、テーブル、ビデオモニターや足掛けを元の位置にお戻しください。また、今一度お手荷物がきちんと収納されていることをご確認ください。当機は間もなくゲートを離れます。
Ladies and gentlemen, we do need everyone seated. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome aboard Northwest Airlines flight number 800, non-stop service into Atlanta, Georgia. My name is Stanley Winston. I am your purser on this evening's flight. Your flight is under the command of Captain John Urkelson and Captain Rick Urich, and they'll give you more information when we get en route. We have an in-flight service representative. Her name is Miss Wu. We're all here to give you the best service Northwest has to offer, but we're here primarily for your safety. Your seatbacks and tray tables must be in their full upright and locked position, and all cabin luggage must be stowed. Federal regulations require you to comply with crew instructions, lighted passenger information signs, and posted placards at all times. It is Northwest Airlines policy that while you are seated, you keep your seatbelt securely fastened while the seatbelt sign is on. Once the seatbelt sign has been turned off, you're all welcome to get up, but once you return to your seat, we do ask that you please fasten your seatbelt. In just a few moments, I'll present a safety video regarding the 747-400 aircraft. Upon completion of the video, all cabin lighting will be turned off. Your read light button is located in the armrest of your seat. As mentioned by the captain, our flight time today is 11 hours and 26 minutes from takeoff to touchdown.
皆様、改めまして、本日はノースウエスト航空並びにデルタ航空をご利用いただきまして誠にありがとうございます。この便のパーサーはスタンリー・ウィンストンと申します。本日はほか14名の客室乗務員が乗務いたしております。また、機長はジョン・オカーソン、副操縦士はリックでございます。スカイチームアライアンスメンバー、そしてデルタ航空の一員となりましたノースウエスト航空へのご搭乗を乗務一度ご御礼申し上げます。本日日本語でご案内いたしますのは空でございます。これより皆様に安全で快適な空の旅をお過ごしいただけますよう、この飛行機の安全設備に関するビデオを上映いたします。
Welcome aboard, and thanks for flying with us. We're committed to making your flight safe and comfortable. So before we depart, we'll be showing a brief safety presentation. This information can help you if there's an emergency, so it's important to pay close attention, even if you are a frequent flyer.
All carry-on items should now be stored securely, either in an overhead bin or under the seat in front of you. And all aisles, exits, and bulkhead areas should be clear. Your mobile phones and other electronic devices should be turned off. Once airborne, we'll let you know when you can use approved electronic devices. But note that some items, such as phones, may not be used in flight at any time. You'll find a list of approved electronic devices in the in-flight information section of Sky Magazine. If you're seated at an emergency exit, please review the responsibilities for emergency exit seating on the back of the safety information card, which is in your seat pocket.
Are you okay sitting by the emergency exit?
If you're unable or prefer not to perform these functions, just let us know and we'd be happy to find you another seat. As we leave the gate, make sure your seatbelt is fastened. To fasten, insert the metal tip into the buckle and adjust the strap so it's low and tight across your lap. To release the belt, just lift the top of the buckle or press the latch to release. Please remain seated with your seatbelt securely fastened anytime the seatbelt sign is on. And even if the sign is off, you should keep your seatbelt fastened in case we experience unexpected rough air. For everyone's safety, federal regulations require all passengers to comply with the posted placards and lighted signs located throughout the cabin, as well as any crew member instructions.
You cannot smoke. I'm so sorry.
Smoking is not allowed on any Delta flight, and federal law prohibits tampering with, disabling, or destroying a restroom smoke detector. There are 12 exits on this plane, 12 doors, 5 on each side of the main deck, and 1 door on each side of the upper deck. 8 doors on the main deck have detachable slides that can be used as rafts. The doors on the upper deck and those over the wings have slides that may be used in the land evacuation only. All exits are clearly marked with an exit sign. However, if there is a loss of power and cabin visibility is reduced, lights will illuminate the aisle to guide you to an exit. Please take a moment to find the exits closest to you, and remember, they might be behind you. It's unlikely, but if cabin pressure changes, the panels above your seat will open, revealing oxygen masks. If this happens, reach up and pull a mask toward you until the tube is fully extended. Place the mask over your nose and mouth, slip the elastic strap over your head, and adjust the mask if necessary. Breathe normally and note that oxygen is flowing, so don't worry if the bag doesn't inflate. Be sure to adjust your own mask before helping others. A water evacuation is also unlikely, but just in case, life vests are located under your seats in the economy cabin. If you're seated in the first or business class cabin, life vests are either between your seats, under your seats, or in a compartment under your armrest. To use, pull the tab to remove the vest from its container and then open the pouch. Slip the vest over your head. Fasten the 2 straps to the front of the vest and then adjust the straps loosely around your waist. If your vest has only 1 strap, wrap it around your waist and attach it to the buckle in front. As you leave the plane, inflate the vest by pulling down on the red tabs at the bottom of the vest, or manually inflate it by blowing into the tubes at shoulder level. You can activate a light by pulling down on the tab in front. If your vest doesn't have a tab, the light will activate automatically in the water. If necessary, we'll distribute infant life vests or other flotation devices for children who weigh 35 pounds or less. Also, most seat cushions can be used for flotation. Now, before we take off, be sure your seat is upright and locked, your tray table is put away, and all carry-on items are properly stowed. As we come through the cabin for our final safety checks, please let us know if you have any questions. And finally, now would be a good time for everyone to review the safety information card, which is in your seat pocket.
Thanks for your attention. Enjoy your flight.
Ladies and gentlemen, please assist your flight attendants as they come to do their final cabin check before departure. Those passengers sitting in our business elite, we do need you to restore your personal video monitors and your footrest at this time. All passengers sitting next to a window, we do need all window shades open for takeoff.
皆様、ただいま客室乗務員が機内の最終確認に参っております。重ねまして、お使いになりましたテーブル、お座席の背もたれ、フットレスト、ビデオモニターと元の位置までお戻しになり、シートベルトをしっかりとお締めおきください。
Hey, ladies and gentlemen, from the flight deck, welcome on board Northwest Flight 800. Service into Atlanta. We're currently number 4 for departure. Flight attendants, please prepare for takeoff.
ご案内いたします。ただいま操縦室より入りました情報によりますと、当機4番目の離陸予定でございます。皆様はお座席にて引き続きシートベルトをしっかりとお締めおきください。
Ladies and gentlemen, the captain has advised me he is expecting to be quite bumpy as we climb out. He would like everyone to please remain in their seat with their seatbelts fastened until he has advised that it is safe to move around the cabin. This does include the flight crew.
ご案内いたします。 これまで操縦室より入っております情報によりますと、当機本日離陸後、高度を上げてまいります間、揺れることが予測されております。つきましては、頭上のシートベルト着用サインが消されますまで、どなた様もお座席にてシートベルトをしっかりとお締めおきください。なお、この間は機長の指示によりまして、客室乗務員も着席いたします。皆様のご理解とご協力をお願い申し上げます。
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and again, welcome aboard. In your seat pocket in front of you, you'll find a copy of your SkyMall magazine, which is yours to keep. SkyMall is pleased to offer miles or discounts on orders placed shortly after today's flight. Details can be found in the SkyMall catalog. You will also find a copy of your Delta Sky magazine. This magazine has interesting articles, airport diagrams, travel information, and the beverage selections that will be served on today's flight. I do want to acquaint you with our order of service. Once we do reach the comfortable cruising altitude, we'll be coming through the cabin with a beverage selection. In the main cabin, cocktails, beer, and wine may be purchased at a nominal charge. Following our beverage service, we'll be coming through the cabin with a dinner service, which will be followed by an additional beverage selection. At the completion of our dinner service, we'll be coming through the cabin with our duty-free sales. In your seat pocket in front of you, you'll find a duty-free catalog that has a list of items that we do have for sale. All major credit cards are accepted, and if you are paying in cash, we do ask that you please have exact change. We do want to advise you that due to the heightened security regulations, we remind you about restrictions to carry on luggage containing liquids, gels, or creams. If Atlanta is your final destination, we invite you to consider our full line of products. If you are connecting to other flights in Atlanta, you must clear security check after passing through customs and immigrations. If you purchase any liquids, gels, or cosmetics, or creams from duty-free, these products may not be allowed through security and may be confiscated unless they are placed in your checked luggage upon arrival. In addition, home delivery is available for customers with addresses in Japan. Brochures and order forms are available upon request. Approximately halfway through our flight, we'll be coming through the cabin with a mid-flight snack. Approximately 2 hours prior to our arrival, all duty-free sales will be completed at that time period. Approximately 1.5 hours prior to our arrival, we'll be coming through the cabin with a light snack, followed by a juice, coffee, and tea service. Throughout our flight, our in-flight service representative will be coming through the cabin with the necessary forms for entry into the United States. All passengers must clear customs and immigration here in Atlanta, as it is your first point of entry into the United States, regardless of your final destination. For your forms, you will need to know that this is Delta Airlines flight number 800. Our arrival date is October 24th, 2009. We have reached an altitude where portable electronic devices may now be used, with the exception of cellular phones, TVs, radio, two-way transmitters, or any other devices that interfere with the aircraft navigation communication system. Cellular phone or other two-way devices may be used only if the transmit function is disabled. For additional safety information on portable electronic devices, please refer to the Sky magazine. Lavatories are located throughout the aircraft, and the forward, mid, and aft areas are available for use once the seatbelt sign has been turned off. For security reasons, we ask your assistance in minimizing crowding in the forward part of the cabin by reserving the forward lavatories for the customers seated in our Business Elite section. Thank you for your cooperation in this matter. As mentioned before, in our Business Elite section, this is equipped with our video on demand system. Customer control of the program does not begin until the video control handset displays interactive. You will notice a brief pause between the time you press each button on the handset and the time in which the system responds. This is part of normal operation. In the main cabin, the feature presentation are found on channels 1, 2, 3, or 4, and you'll be able to find a listing of that in our Sky magazine. As mentioned before, the captain would like everyone to remain seated with their seatbelts fastened until he has turned off the fasten seatbelt sign. We also want to advise you that October is National Breast Cancer Awareness Month, and we here at Delta are committed to promoting awareness, raising money, and providing education to stop the disease. You can read about our efforts in the Pink Pages section of the October issue of the Sky magazine. On today's flight, we are pleased to be selling Mel's bracelets along with our normal duty-free offerings. 50% of the $15 purchase price of the braces will benefit the Breast Cancer Research Foundation. Mel was a Delta flight attendant who lost her battle with breast cancer. In her memory, her friends created the Friends of Mel Foundation and have raised over $4 million for cancer research through the sale of these bracelets. Also on today's flight, you can enjoy a refreshing glass of Minute Maid Pink Lemonade today for a $2 donation to Breast Cancer Research Foundation. 100% of the price will benefit the cause, thanks to our friends at Coke. Additional cash donations are also accepted. Thank you, and we will begin our duty-free and lemonade services in a few minutes. We now invite you to sit back, relax, and enjoy your flight.
ノースウエスト航空及びデルタ航空エリート会員のお客様におかれましては、本日のご搭乗誠にありがとうございます。機内誌スカイとスカイモールショッピングカタログがお座席のシートポケットにございます。どうぞご自由にお持ち帰りください。スカイモールではフライト後すぐにご注文いただきますと、ボーナスマイルもしくは割引の特典がございます。詳しくはカタログをご覧ください。当機が気流の安定いたしました地点に入りますと、お飲み物とお食事をお持ちいたします。メインキャビンのお客様にはビール、ワインを無料で、その他のアルコール飲料、またカクテルを日本円にて700円、アメリカドルにて7ドルでご提供いたしております。また、アトランタ国際空港到着前には、軽食とお飲み物をお持ちいたします。ご夕食の後には免税品の販売がございます。詳細につきましては、シートポケットにございますカタログをご覧ください。なお、ただいま本教区のため、お客様手荷物の液体、ジェル、クリームなどの機内持ち込みは引き続き制限されております。つきましては、アトランタ国際空港到着後、お乗り継ぎ便のある方は、保安上の理由により、香水、化粧品、お酒類など、液体物の機内の持ち込みが禁じられておりますので、当便でご購入の液体物の商品は、税関検査の後にお預けになる手荷物の中に入れて再度お預けください。また、日本にお届け先がある方には、宅配便でお土産品などをお届けする大変便利なホームデリバリーサービスをご用意いたしております。こちらでは免税品ではご用意のないワインなどを各種取り揃えております。カタログと注文用紙は別にお配りしておりますので、日本人乗務員よりお受け取りください。本日ビジネスエリートにお座りのお客様にはビデオオンディマンドシステムをご用意いたしております。プログラムはコントローラーの画面にインタラクティブと表示が出た後ご利用いただけます。また、ボタンを押してからシステムが作動するまでに若干時間を要する場合もございますが、そのままお待ちください。当機が巡航コートに達しますと、電気製品をお使いいただけます。飛行中使用できる電子機器の一覧表が機内誌スカイに記載されておりますのでご参照ください。この飛行機には13カ所の化粧室がございます。本上の理由により、前方や2階席の化粧室付近で大勢でまとまってお過ごしいただくことはお控えください。なお、客室前方、カーテンより先や2階の化粧室は、ビジネスエリートのお客様専用といたしております。皆様のご協力お願い申し上げます。まもなくいたしますと、アメリカ入国時に必要となる書類を配りいたします。ご到着後、入国審査並びに税関検査 OK になる際に、パスポートとともに検査官にご提出ください。書類はすべてローマ字でご記入いただき、署名欄はパスポートと同じサインでご署名ください。 シートポケットにございます日本語版機内紙、スカイに必要書類の記入方法のご案内がございます。ご参照ください。10月は乳がん啓蒙活動のキャンペーンを行っております。ノースウェスト航空並びデルタ航空では、乳がんに対する啓蒙運動や、その防止教育活動などへの献金を含め支援を行っております。乳がん研究基金へのノースウェスト航空並びデルタ航空の支援活動につきましては、A1 機内紙ワールドトラベラーの17ページをご覧ください。また、本日のフライトの機内免税品販売において、メルズブレスレットを販売いたします。15ドルの商品代金のうち 50% が乳がん研究基金へ寄付されます。デルタ航空の客室乗務員であり、乳がんと闘い続けたネルという女性のために、友人たちが設立した基金には、このブレスレットの売り上げなどを通じて400万ドルの乳がん研究基金が集まりました。皆様のご協力をお願い申し上げます。なお、当便はデルタ航空800便、到着日は10月24日でございます。重ねまして、頭上のシートベルト着用サインが消されますまで、お座席にてシートベルトを締め付けください。
Again, ladies and gentlemen, for your safety and the safety of others around you, the captain has advised everyone to please remain seated until he has turned off the fasten seatbelt sign.
皆様、引き続きシートベルト着用のサインが点灯されております。お座席にお付きの上、シートベルトをしっかりとお締め付けください。なお、この間お手洗いのご使用をお控えください。
Ladies and gentlemen, please return to your seats, check security of your seatbelts.
皆様、お座席にお付きになりまして、シートベルトをお締め付けください。
Ladies and gentlemen, please check security of your seatbelts. I am going to have the flight attendants to please be seated at this time.
皆様、当機大変強く揺れております。重ねまして、お座席にてシートベルトをしっかりとお締め付けください。なお、しばらくの間、客室乗務員も着席いたします。
Ladies and gentlemen, in just a few moments, we'll be coming to the cabin, selling glasses of refreshing Minute Maid lemonade for $2 for a $2 donation to our Breast Cancer Research Foundation. As a reminder, 100% of the price will benefit the cause, thanks to our friends at Coca-Cola. Additional cash donations are also accepted. Thank you in advance for your participation.
Declaration form. But if you're traveling with family members who live in the same household, only one customs declaration form per household is required. All foreign nationals, except Canadian citizens or permanent residents of the United States, must also complete a white I-94 arrival and departure form or a green I-94W if you're from a visa waiver country. An I-94 is required for each traveler, including infants and children. It's important the forms are filled out accurately and completely. So be sure to first carefully read the front and back of each form, then fill in the required information in English using capital letters and either a blue or black pen. Sign and date in the space provided. If you have not yet received these forms, your flight attendant will provide them to you and can also answer questions. Additional information is available in the in-flight information section of Sky Magazine. Keep your I-94 with your passport, as you will need to turn this document in to an airline representative when you leave the United States. Once you disembark, passport processing will be the second step of the entry process. Follow the signs and proceed to passport processing. There are separate lines for U.S. citizens and international visitors. Please have your completed forms and passport ready to present to the CBP officer. Depending on your citizenship, you may also be subject to U.S. visit requirements. U.S. Visit is a program in which select biometric data is collected from all international travelers holding a non-U.S. passport or visa. Once you've cleared passport processing, follow the signs to baggage claim. Signs and baggage claim will direct you to carousels that are assigned based on your flight number and origin city. Everyone is required to reclaim their checked bags. Baggage carts will be available if needed. After reclaiming your checked bags, proceed to CBP exit control. Please have your customs declaration form ready and follow the direction of the CBP officer for further processing if necessary. After exiting, you'll need to recheck your bags if making a connection to another flight. Additionally, due to security requirements specific to Atlanta and Memphis, you'll also need to recheck your bags in these cities, even if you are concluding your travel there. Connecting passengers and those arriving in Atlanta and Memphis are required to clear security. With this in mind, duty-free purchases containing liquids, gels, or aerosols in excess of 3 ounces or 100 milliliters are not permitted through the security checkpoint. Items that were purchased on board, such as perfumes, liquor, or cosmetics, must be placed in your checked baggage in Atlanta and Memphis. Once you've claimed or rechecked your baggage, you'll either exit the customs area or proceed through the security checkpoint. Our friends at the Department of Homeland Security remind everyone that cameras and video recording equipment may not be used until you have cleared the CBP inspection process. For more information about any of these entry requirements, visit cbp.gov. And if you're a citizen or permanent resident of the United States and a frequent international traveler, you may be interested in the Global Entry Trusted Traveler Program, which allows expedited clearance to pre-screened individuals. Visit globalentry.gov to learn more. On behalf of Delta employees worldwide, as well as our Sky team and codeshare partners, welcome to the United States.
Ladies and gentlemen, the captain has turned on the fasten seatbelt sign. Please return to your seats. Check security of your seatbelts.
Fasten seatbelts, please. Fasten seatbelts, please.
皆様、お座席にお付きになりまして、シートベルトを締めください。
Please fasten your seatbelts.
皆様、お座席にてシートベルトを締めおきください。
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. It's approximately 4:45 p.m. Eastern Time in Atlanta. We are approximately 45 minutes from our arrival. As a reminder, all passengers must clear customs and immigration here in Atlanta, as it is your first point of entry into the United States. If you have any questions or still need any forms, please contact one of the flight attendants or our in-flight service representative. You will need to know that this is Delta Airlines flight number 800. Again, our arrival date is October 24th, 2009.
皆様、当機はこれより先、約45分ほどで、アトランタ国際空港に到着予定でございます。ただいま現地の時刻は、10月24日午後4時46分でございます。アトランタ国際空港では、どなた様も入国並びに税関の検査を受けください。お乗り継ぎ便をお持ちの方は、税関検査を済ませられた後、再チェックインカウンターにて再度お荷物をお預けください。なお、アメリカ入国に際しましては、最終目的地にかかわらず、税関申告書並びに入国書類が必要になります。こちらの書類をまだお持ちでないお客様は、お近くの乗務員までお持ち付けください。
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. From the flight deck, we have started our descent into the Atlanta area, currently about 90 miles or so from the airport. As you can see, weather outside, partly cloudy skies, some gusty winds out of the north and west, 11 gusts to 19 knots, and 54 degrees Fahrenheit, 12 degrees Celsius. I'd like to take this opportunity to thank you all for flying with us. We do appreciate your business and hope to see you again here in the future. Should have you on the gate approximately 35 to 40 past the hour. Flight attendants, prepare for landing.
ご案内いたします。ただいま操縦室より入りました情報によりますと、当機はこれより先30分から40分ほどで到着予定でございます。現地の天候は曇り、北西寄りの突風性の風が吹いており、気温は摂氏約13度でございます。 これより先、着陸に向けまして徐々に高度を下げてまいります。お座席お立ちになるご用のない限り、お座席にてシートベルトをしっかりとお締めください。本日のご搭乗誠にありがとうございました。機長に代わりまして厚く御礼申し上げます。
Ladies and gentlemen, as we continue our descent into the Atlanta area, we have reached an altitude where all portable electronic devices must be turned off and stowed until well inside the terminal. Also, now would be a good time if you brought out any carry-on luggage during the course of the flight that you restow it. We ask that you take caution opening up the overhead compartments as some shifting may have occurred during the course of the flight. As we do continue our descent, we do ask that you check security of your seatbelts and remain seated for the duration of the flight. This does conclude the audio portion of our flight. In our Business Elite section, we'll be coming through to collect your headsets at this time.
皆様、これより着陸態勢に備え、乗務員が通路を伺いいたします。新聞、カップなどご必要なものがございましたらお手渡しください。また、ホームデリバリーのご注文がございます方は、ご注文用紙も受けたまります。これより先、ご利用になりました電気製品はすべて電源をお切りの上おしまいください。
Ladies and gentlemen, we've just been cleared for landing into the Atlanta Hartsfield International Airport. We do need you to bring your seatbacks and tray tables to their full upright and locked position. If you still have any service items in your possession, we do ask that you pass them to the center aisle for collection by the flight attendants. Those passengers sitting in our Business Elite section, we do need you to restow your personal video monitors and your footrests at this time. All passengers sitting next to a window do need all window shades open for landing. We will be on the ground very shortly.
皆様、当機は最終着陸態勢に入りました。お使いになりましたテーブル、ビデオモニター、フットレスト、座席の背もたれ、肘掛けなどを元の位置までお戻しになり、シートベルトをしっかりとお締めください。また、すべての電子機器は電源を切りの上おしまいください。お手元にカップやグラスがございましたら、通路に参ります乗務員にお手渡しください。ご搭乗大変お疲れ様でございました。当機は間もなく着陸いたします。
Northwest Airlines, in cooperation with Delta Airlines and our SkyTeam Alliance, would like to be the first to welcome you to the Atlanta Hartsfield International Airport, where the local time is 5:28 p.m., and that is Eastern Time. Today's date is still October 24th, 2009. For your safety and the safety of others around you, we do ask that you remain seated with your seatbelts fastened and keep all cabin luggage stowed until the captain has turned off the fasten seatbelt sign and parked the aircraft safely at the gate. That is your one and only indication that it is safe to move around the cabin. We ask also that you take caution in moving luggage from the overhead compartments, and some shifting may have occurred during the course of the flight. If you're connecting to other Northwest Airlines, Delta Airlines, or any of our SkyTeam Alliance flights, recommended onboard time is 20 minutes prior to departure for domestic and 30 minutes prior to departure for international for security checks. As a reminder, since this is your first point of entry into the United States, all passengers must clear customs and immigrations here, regardless of your final destination. For your next flight, remember NWA.com and Delta.com, where you can check flight times, check fares, book flights, check in, and print boarding passes up to 24 hours prior to departure. That's NWA.com and Delta.com. On behalf of this Atlanta-based flight crew and our Tokyo-based in-flight service representative, we'd like to thank you for choosing Northwest and Delta today, and have a good stay here in the Atlanta area or wherever your travels may take you.
皆様、大学のご搭乗お疲れ様でございました。ハーツフィールド・ジャクソン・アトランタ国際空港に到着いたしました。ただいまの日時は10月24日午後5時29分でございます。ご安全のため、頭上のシートベルト着用サインが消されますまで、手荷物などお取り出しにならず、シートベルトを締めのままお座席にてお待ちください。ただいまよりパーソナルコンピューター以外の携帯電話を含む電子機器をご使用いただけます。シートベルト着用サインが消され、上の棚よりお荷物をお取り出しになる際には、中のお荷物が滑り落ちてくる場合もございますので、十分ご注意ください。お乗り継ぎ便、お預けになられたお荷物、交通機関に関する情報が必要な方は、地上職員にお尋ねになるか、インフォメーションモニターをご確認ください。また、アトランタ国際空港より先のお乗り継ぎ便につきましてお問い合わせのございますお客様は、税関審査をお受けになった後に、コネクティングカウンターにてお問い合わせください。次回のご旅行には、当社ホームページ、 nwa.com/jp または ja.delta.com をぜひご利用ください。マイルを使用しての特典旅行や航空券の情報などをご覧いただけるほか、フライトの24時間前からオンラインでチェックインを済ませいただくこともできます。皆様のまたのビジネスやご旅行の機会にデルタ航空の一員となりましたノースウェスト航空をご利用いただけますよう、乗務一同心よりお待ち申し上げております。本日は出発並びに到着が遅れ、皆様にご迷惑をおかけいたしましたことを深くお詫び申し上げます。
Cellular phones may now be used, but we do ask that you keep all other electronic devices turned off and stowed. Once you reach the customs area, all cellular phones and electronic devices must be turned off until you have cleared customs and immigrations.
Hey folks, we are about 100 yards or so from the gate right now, waiting for them to move some equipment. We do ask you to remain seated until Captain has come to a complete stop and turn off the seatbelt sign. Thank you.
ご案内いたします。ただいま当機一旦停止をいたしておりますが、まだゲートへは到着いたしておりません。当機がゲートに到着し、頭上のシートベルト着用サインが消されますまでは、どなた様もお座席にてお待ちください。
Flight attendants, doors for arrival, cross-check, prepare for all call, cabin lighting please.